there's a lot.
What do you make of people saying that Canelo is sort of on the decline at this stage?
I think they're crazy. I'm just saying, because I know firsthand with being close to the best guy ever to do it. It's like the injuries that people go through at this level, because they put so much into these training camps to prepare, to separate themselves from the competition, and it's a commitment. And sometimes you get injured and you don't want to pull out of a fight. And he says that he's suffered some injuries in some of these recent fights, and he's fought through it, and he went and got surgery. And again, who am I to say that I don't believe him?
Yeah.
So, but one thing's for sure, we're going to find out Saturday night. We're going to find out Saturday night.
Whoever wins this fight, the rumors about...
Well, timing is everything. Timing is everything. Fight, Jermell said that he was promised this fight 10 years ago. He said Oscar told him that he was gonna fight him 10 years ago, and obviously for whatever reason the fight never came to fruition. But what better time than now? But he's been open about it privately, about that he's been wanting this fight for quite some time, because you got to remember, at one point both of those guys were at 54. Both of those guys were at 54. Canelo's grown into what he is now, and Jermell's still been at 54. But I think people are making more out of it with this moving up in weight classes. I think, this is my personal opinion, and I have the expertise in this part, is that watching a guy like Floyd Mayweather come up, especially when he started fighting at 47, to be able to walk around comfortably at the weight that you got to fight around, that's everything. I'm telling you, because Floyd Mayweather is one of the strongest dudes I've ever tussled with. You know what I mean? And he's rock solid. So I think people think that's a disadvantage for Jermell, but I think it's actually an advantage for him. Now, the flip side to it is that he's in there with a straight cold killer and Canelo. So again, it's that both guys know that they got their hands full. That's what's going to make for a great fight.
Leonard,
what was this fight? Is that the new #1 pound-for-pound fight in the world?
That was, Bud did his thing, man. I'm not going to take anything away. Let's just enjoy this.
Okay.
Before we get to moving ahead and saying that this guy's #1, because we don't know what's going to happen Saturday night.
Okay.
Because both guys are hungry, and they both are prepared, and I think they're going to give the fans a great fight.
And Leonard, any thoughts on
you and Floyd have been part of the 3 of the biggest fighters in boxing history. Floyd himself, Tank Davis today's time, and you had a hand in Canelo Alvarez. What is the process?
No, I didn't have no hand in Canelo Alvarez. I can't take credit for that, but
really
Tank Davis and Floyd Mayweather, 1,000%. 1,000%.
What goes into that process to making these guys? They're not superstars. They are exceeding the sport of boxing now. They're crossing over into a different atmosphere. What goes into that process?
Man, and that's why I commend Eddie. He's done, and I'm open about it. I'm always gonna get credit where credit's due. That man has done a phenomenal job with navigating his career. Think about this, man. Like I said, this dude done made a couple $100 million. He made a couple $100 million, and I'm sure that he's been speaking English for quite some time, but he's fluent with it now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So, and it's like now, it's like even people from our culture, they got a lot of respect for him. They got because he talked that talk when he needs to, and then there's it's like, oh, we like for him to talk more. So he's figured it out, and he's mastered it, and that's why he's been able to work with different entities, and he's been able to extract the most money that he possibly can, and that's why you can't say enough of giving Eddie the credit. Like, that's a masterful job that he's done, because again, it's like he's 33 years old and he's made a couple $100 million, and boxing, he still loves boxing, I'm sure, but it's his job. It's his job, and he has so many other interests outside of boxing that he's been successful in. He's a great golfer, but it's lots of respect. But I still think there are a couple things that Canelo wants to accomplish in his career, and this is probably gonna surprise you guys. It's like, so I was kind of doing some homework, and it was like, so Floyd has defeated 23 world champions, current or former. Canelo's at 18. So I think in the back of his mind, he might not have said this, that might be something, you know, short term, when I say I don't know how he could, you know, but he's got his hands full Saturday night. But I mean, you know, that's something that it's not impossible that he can attain.
Leonard,
You know what I mean? So imagine that if he sets his goal, if he's successful Saturday night, and that's if he's successful, he would be at 19. You know what I mean? And so just imagine that's and obviously, you know, those two fought and they did what they did. He, you know, it's no secret that Floyd's the best. You know, but again, I think that milestone is something that, you know, that a feather in his cap, that's something that he would want to go down in history as defeated more world champions than anybody in the history of boxing.
Leonard, any thoughts on the stuff going around social media, Twitter about Showtime? Did you hear about?
No. You guys got any questions? Talk to Steven.
And what about Tank Thurman? Can you shoot that down, Leonard? Is that a possibility?
It never was a possibility. I don't know where that kind of stuff comes from. It's like, I tell people all the time, Tank's his own boss, and when he's ready to go, he's gonna let you guys know.